video that just came in, Nicole?
Yeah, Janet. And we'll be out here.
Injuries, more to follow, so we're continuing to get more information about that. We know in Building 2, Public Utilities and Public Works. We want to toss now to Nicole Livas in the newsroom. I believe she has, some video that just came in, Nicole?
Yeah, Janet, as you can imagine, this situation, we are working hard to get all the latest details for you. We did see Nightingale leave Centera Norfolk General Hospital. We're not certain where it's headed to, but we think it's headed to the area there at Virginia Beach Municipal Center. We also got some video sent in to us from a viewer, Shamika Harris. She said she was caught in the crossfire of police getting to her van pool. She said about 30 police cars they passed by over the last 15, 20, 30 minutes. That is at Nimmo and Princess Anne Road there in Virginia Beach. And also our reporter Adriana Dialba spoke to Dale Gauding. He's a spokesperson for Centera Hospitals. He said that they have not received any people yet from that scene, but that's not to say they're not going to. It just hasn't happened yet. And again, we have that video of Nightingale taking off from Centera Norfolk General Hospital, which we know is a trauma hospital. So keep it here. We are making phone calls. We have crews all over the area covering this, and we are going to bring you the updates here online, here on air, and also on 13newsnow.com and on social media.
All right, Nicole, thank you so much. And, we see in these situations when they happen, there's just this huge rush to get as much information as possible, and appreciate your patience as we try to sort through this and what we know so far. We know Building 2 down at the Municipal Center housing Public Utilities and Public Works, so a number of people, as you know, work in those departments, and a shooter apparently came in. We don't know if it was a man or a woman. Virginia Beach Police saying that person is in custody, which is good news, and they think it's only one shooter. We hope that is the case, that there are no more people out there with guns, and we know of at least 2 injuries, but yet Virginia Beach Police, they're saying multiple injuries, so there may be more than one person. One of the people injured, co-worker of Drew Langford, who we were just talking to on the phone, he knows that his co-worker was hurt. He just happened to be out of the building. He works in Building 2. He just happened to not be there running a quick errand, and his daughter called frantic, wanting to know if he was okay because she had heard about it. And of course, he is fine, but he was in the process of just trying to figure out what was going on when we were talking to him.
Yeah, and Robert Boyd, he was out there just a minute ago showing us some of the ambulances that were coming in and out. He said it was almost a constant thing. So again, we're waiting to try to hear some more information on the number of victims. I believe we've confirmed 2, but according to this tweet, multiple, is that the word they used? Multiple
injuries. They didn't say multiple people. They just said multiple injuries, which can indicate that it's more than 2 people. We hope not. Right there, you see police cars. Robert explained that there's so much police activity right now. We even saw the mobile command center. We've seen Nightingale. We've seen a number of ambulances, police cars rushing to the scene. They're saying, please avoid that area. Try not to go down there to try to figure out what's going on. The good news in this is that we are being told, at least through this tweet, that there is someone in custody. So hopefully police officers were able to get in there and get that person contained, and that at least that part of this tragedy is over. But we're going to continue to follow this and get as much as we can about the situation.
Of course, again, this is happening at the Municipal Center in Virginia Beach, a very busy area. Building 2 is where this shooting took place today. Let's go back out to Robert Boyd. He is there right now. Robert, what are you seeing out there this time?
Well, just to reiterate what you were mentioning earlier, Philip, regarding how many people injured. And of course, being injured and being shot are 2 different things. We also have to clarify that. But right now we just know 2 people, 2 victims is what police have told us. But I got to tell you, I have seen a lot more than 2 ambulances coming out of this scene with flashing lights. Now, hopefully no one is in the back of those ambulances. We just don't know at this point. But I have seen at least 4 or 5 ambulances with my own eyes in the last 10 minutes leaving the courthouse area with their lights flashing, obviously in a hurry, we assume to go to a hospital. So that's all I can tell you. Again, you got to hope that no one was in the back of those ambulances, but a lot of ambulances were leaving the scene with flashing lights in the last 5 or 10 minutes. And as you see right here, coming right now, a lot of police cars are just butting through traffic right now. going up on curbs, going up on sidewalks, doing whatever they can to get to the scene. So it's still very, very frantic out here, to say the least. As you see this, look, we're getting live video right now. You see this unit just blaring right through traffic, going head on into the courthouse. So it's still a very, very active scene from a police standpoint. And again, a lot of ambulances coming and going from the courthouse. Now, of course, anytime you hear of any kind of shots fired, you're always going to be better safe than sorry and call in more ambulances has been hopefully needed. And we got to hope that's the case here, that they called in, all hands on deck, and hopefully they only needed a couple of those ambulances. But right now, I can tell you a lot of police presence coming and going, and it couldn't be a worse time of day when you think about it. I mean, it is rush hour on a beautiful Friday afternoon, so there's a lot of people driving out and about, a lot of people not knowing what's going on, and of course you got onlookers, which is never good. You got people slowing down, looking out their windows, trying to figure out what's going on, which isn't any good, because all that is doing is getting in the way of the emergency vehicles trying to get here. And again, just like I talked about, here comes, I think, at least one fire truck, 2 fire trucks coming right as we speak at a high rate of speed. Police, literally, I just saw an officer running out of the way to make sure he's not in the way of this fire truck. And here they come. Now look, as these 2 fire trucks enter the courthouse area, we've got another emergency vehicle racing past with its lights on, leaving. And again, that is the confusion and the stressfulness out here. You've got so many emergency vehicles coming and going all at the same time. And again, a lot of people are just wanting answers at this point. And it's hard for probably the police to even give the media answers, because they're still trying to wrap their head around this and figure out exactly what happened, who was injured. And again, most importantly, making sure that all the shooters are accounted for. Right now, we believe only 1 shooter. But again, police have to obviously cross all their T's, dot all their I's, and make sure it is only 1 shooter. So that's what we're looking at right now, a huge police presence. You can see police standing right in the middle of Nimmo Parkway and Princess Anne Road, a very busy intersection. And right now, they're just trying to make sure that the traffic continues to move smoothly, and making sure that no one drives onto that scene. No pedestrians or drivers being allowed anywhere near the scene. And we'll continue to be out here, and we'll get closer if we can. We'll keep you guys posted.
All right, Robert, thank you for that. And then here's a message from the Virginia Beach Sheriff's Office. They are saying that jail visitation today is canceled. They write canceled in capital letters due to an incident at the Virginia Beach Municipal Center. The Weekender program is canceled, and Weekender inmates should not in all caps, report to the jail this evening. We have no additional information to provide at this time. So obviously they do not want people going down to that area and possibly getting into harm's way. All right, Jacqueline Lee is at Centera Norfolk General. We want to go to her now and get an update possibly about people that have been taken there. Jacqueline, what can you tell us?
Well, Janet, about 10 minutes ago, we saw Nightingale leave the top here at Centera Norfolk General Hospital. Now, we are in front of the emergency room. Again, Centera Norfolk General Hospital is a level 1 trauma center. Now, to give you guys a bit of some background on Nightingale, it's a fully functional critical care unit. So it allows, number one, it allows patients to reach the closest, most appropriate hospital. And inside, there's an EKG, defibrillators, an intra-aortic balloon pump. So we are assuming Nightingale left to go to any of those injured at the Virginia Beach Municipal Center. Now keep in mind, because this is a level 1 trauma center, if a patient needs a high level of care, they will presumably be coming here to Centera Norfolk General Hospital. Now since we've been here for about 20 minutes. We've seen multiple Norfolk police patrol cars waiting outside. So at the moment, we are here on standby, and of course we're going to keep digging for any information, and we're going to see if Nightingale comes back, bringing any of those injured from the Virginia Beach Municipal Center here to Norfolk. In Norfolk, Jacqueline Lee, 13 News Now.
All right, Jacqueline, thank you.
Yeah, we want to go out to Allie Weatherton. She's actually a little bit closer near Building 1, I believe. Allie, what can you tell us? What are you seeing out there? What are you hearing?
Yeah, Philip, I just got here probably about 5 minutes ago. Like you just said, right behind me is Building 1. I'm right next to Courthouse Drive and North Landing Road at that intersection right there. If you can see behind me, you can see the police have all this area blocked off. Building 1 is just probably couple hundred feet away from me. I'm told building 2 is just a little bit farther from there. Now, I talked to a guy who is actually standing right beside me. He says that his wife is in building number 2. He says that she got an alert on her phone to take cover. She was hiding under her desk, texted her husband. She said her husband said he got here in like 3 minutes. And this is kind of what we're seeing right now. If you take a look, just police, helicopters, fire, everybody is here trying to look to see what's going on. Like everybody just mentioned, a suspect is in custody, but this is kind of what we're seeing right here. We see a lot of police officers coming around here on Courthouse Drive and North Landing Road, stopping traffic and then turning around and heading to North Landing Road. So this is what we have right now. We'll continue talking to people in this area and bring you guys the latest.
Thank you, Alan.
All right, and as she speaks about the employee who got the alert on her phone, so that's a sign of the times.
Yeah.
When you think about all the active shooter situations that we have, a lot of places have put measures into place to issue some precautions, and apparently as soon as shots were fired or as soon as maybe they saw a person with a gun, she gets this alert on her phone to take cover. Hopefully that was able to save some people from getting injured. It's good to hear that they had those measures in place, but we do know that some people were injured. We're told 2, possibly more. Virginia Beach Police saying multiple injuries, and we have seen so many ambulances leaving that area, more than 2, at least 5 or 6.
The scene has significantly grown in just the last few minutes of Robert Boyd being out there. We saw a significant amount of flashing lights out there.
We
so
also,
the scene is growing.
Also saw Nightingale as well. Knowing that this happened in building 2, where public utilities and public works, that's where they're housed, that would mean a number of employees. Drew Langford, who also works in that building, we spoke to him. He just happened to be outside the building at the time. He knows that a co-worker of his, someone he knows, is one of the victims, one of the people who was shot. We don't know that person's condition, how that person is doing. We assume that the person was taken to the hospital.
Yeah, he was just driving up, like you said. He wasn't in the building, and he saw what he